Boom, ba boom, boom, boom. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's been a great week. Welcome, Morning Mindset. So, first off, you must tell me, can you see me and can you hear me? How's all that work? Because, about 5-7 minutes before showtime here, I went to click and Google says we need to update. I said, no, you don't, Google. You don't need to update. You can wait a little bit. And Google said, no, we need to update. And so it did that. So hopefully everything is spectacular. This is your first time here. This is what I need out of you. Or if you've been here a long time, you know this there. What is the kids and the people I love? I just realized that there and stuff I need to do. So there's nothing there. The kids were writing on my whiteboard. Let's kick that there. Yeah, that's a little better over there. You can see the printer flashing because it needs stuff. But there we go. I'm like, what's that? This is what I need. Who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, what's the temps like for you? Man, I guess there's a cold front coming, but maybe not. I don't know. It's supposed to be 70s here. We'll see. We got the white monster rocking and rolling. I do have a cold brew of something. I don't know what it actually is, but I'm gonna try that. That's here this morning, and that's what I got. And then I need your 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? We got a hefty list of stuff. And that's what I'm trying to go through. We just kind of made a plan of attack of what we have going done today, because there's projects that are due, some today, some tomorrow, some Friday, some early next week, and some end of next week. So we're going through to set the print schedule for that because we've got, I don't even know, today for sure 3 jobs need to get pressed and out. And that's the big thing is we've got jobs that need pressed. We've got decals that need printed. We'll talk about that here in a minute. I've got mock-ups that need done. I've got orders that need delivered, and then invoicing. I got to get paid. So those are our 5 things that are from here. So before I start checking in, let's make sure that everything is rock and rolling. We'll check in that. I do see that it did said it was there. So perfect. Let's go. All right, Darren. Good morning to you, my friend. 68 and breezy. Possible storm coming in. Yep, that's what we're supposed to deal with tomorrow. We're supposed to get a new concrete slab poured this week. Yesterday, tomorrow or Friday. But now with the weather, it's not going to be until next week. So much for that. 2 design layouts, web store, get push mower. You were looking for it. Look for a riding mower. Find someone to make website landing page. Darren, what do you need on the landing page? Let's talk because I think it might be easier than what you're trying to make it out to be. So let's see what we can do and how we can help on that. Depends on exactly what you need for it. Riding mower. You know where I found my riding mower? I found it on Marketplace. Actually, we didn't because we saw it on Marketplace after we bought it because it was just outside as we came into our neighborhood and we got our new rider. I was like, ooh, let's go take a look. And yeah, that's where I got ours. Jerry. Good morning to you. Sunny at 69 there in St. Louis. Kelly, I got stuff printed for Kelly because I screwed up. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I screwed up. There's some stuff Kelly said that I had a Kelly Hill and a Kelly Wills. They ordered back-to-back orders. I sent everything to Kelly Hill. Thanks, Kelly. And Kelly forwarded on to me, so I really appreciate that. But then she's like, I think I'm missing some stuff. And sure as shit, she is. It was difficult to try and get things to download because we didn't have internet for 2 days, but now everything should be good. So we should be able to get the rest of that stuff taken care of. There was I think 7 sheets of temporary tattoos that we forgot to print. And so we'll get those printed out for her today, along with her other order that she placed for DTF. So we'll get those for it. And Kelly's things, banners, quotes, raised card decals, organizer desk, and engraving. Way to go, Kelly. I got asked if we wanted to you like when people, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that has this happen to, but when somebody wants to buy anything, they're like, you got any specials coming up on this soon? Because we're going to try and push this. And then I didn't think about it. I'm like, yeah, we could probably do something like that. So next, we'll probably start pushing it here by the end of this week. And we'll run it now through the end of May because it is a good time to run it. But we'll run a special on yard signs. They got to be, we'll have minimum order on that for sure, and on banners. So look for those. We'll push those out there. The other thing I need to push right now is decals. We did get Dirk. Dirk is back up and running to his full potential. Nice little refresh of a head in there. And then while we're in there, we did normal maintenance stuff, put dampers on, put cap tops on, put wipers on. And I'm telling you, those SP series of Rollins, while not the fastest, God, they're workhorses. And so we got him back in there. He was good to go. Turned out there was a crack in the line, so we were sucking in air in. So we were able to figure that where that was. But we got him up and going yesterday and got a good amount of decal jobs out. So I'm going to run specials on that because update on DTF. Yep, I'm still waiting. The part that we thought was going to work will not work. That was here in the States. And it was because, remember when we first got ours, we had some issues and we just went ahead and upgraded the board. Well, that's the issue, is that the other machines that were here that we were able to rob parts from are the old boards. So it's not able to work. So just waiting on China to tell us when it can come in. In the meantime, keep ordering your DTF transfers. We really appreciate that. While we're not making much money off of them, we're not losing business. And everything is still going out within our scheduled 3 to 5 business days. Our print supplier is really helping us out, taking care of that. So we're still making sure we're getting everything out. Fun fact with that, now we kind of have this rush to see what's going to happen first. Is our parts going to show up from China first to be able to get back in printing, or is our new dryer going to show up first? I'm hoping the parts to print show up first, but it looks like beginning of May we will have the 24-inch dryer. We talked to them at the show about it, and so that looks like we'll be able to swing that and make that happen. So excited about that. We can offer the 24 because I think that's a segment that we're losing on. Everybody wants these gang sheets. Everybody wants it there, and like realistically, you're paying the same, so it doesn't necessarily make sense to me. When I look at something like, yeah, so I can do 2 of the 11 do the 11 by 120s at that same price that you're paying for that, and it's the same thing. But they're like, it is, you got 2 sides you can run with there. So I guess the way to alleviate that is just start offering there. So yeah, that's what we got there. And Renee, let's all say prayers to the internet god this morning. Yeah, man, it was horrible. So it just wasn't me. It was our whole neighborhood. They came and we had, they're like, everything is checking out fine. I'm like, dude, it is not. Run the speed test and look at this. Because we were up at somebody else's house using their internet. Because we're like, who has internet that we can go borrow? Because we need to get files uploaded and get some things ordered. And the Wi-Fi hotspots from our mobile solution just wasn't cutting it for the amount of data we needed to transfer. But they ran that. They're like, oh yeah, there's like 0 here. Well, then I started, I don't know about everybody else, but in our neck of the woods here for our edition, there is its own Facebook page. So I asked Mike, hey, they said that it's an isolated incident, but I'm sure that there's more. So then people are like, yeah, I've been able to stream, but it's like trying to reply to stuff, trying to upload stuff. I'm like, So come to find out, on Sunday they had did some maintenance in the area, and that's what screwed everything up. So they're able to get back up and going, but a lot of people have a lot of issues, and now we should be fine. So super excited to have internet back and have decent upload speeds. That was so depressing on it, just trying to make stuff work. Renee's got 47 there in Chicago. I'm on the way up to 75. I know, right? We got soccer that starts tonight too. Hey, soccer. Water in the bottle, coffee in the cup. Brian, look at that. It's supposed to be 80 there and 30 on Sunday. Yeah. Our neighbor, we just talked to her this morning, and taking the kids to school. I'm like, what is your? I said, she was messing with her hose, and I'm like, what are you doing? Because it's supposed to rain in that. I'm like, well, she goes, no, I'm filling the pool. I'm like, oh. I said, so you're gonna be the reason that it snows, because we're gonna drop down to nothing again because you decided to start opening your pool. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I think that's what happened last year. It stayed chilly all the way to like end of June, July, and then it got hot, and then it went back to winter, which is typical for here, right? Barb, good morning to you, North Central Minnesota, with 38 degrees, wintry mix until Friday. Yeah, raining and windy currently. Water in the cup. I'm just tired of wind, man. Tired of wind. Barb's side of things, quotes, digitize the logo. Are you doing your own digitizing? That just fascinates me, people that can do that. Cap embroidery, shirts, project display layout for shop, and update products. It's very nice. Did you see I'm wearing a new hat? The Shirt Tribe's hat. I got my box yesterday. And the Shirt Tribe Summit, is going on. Shirt Lab Summit is going on right now. It started yesterday, goes through today. It is free. In the description below is a link. If you have not signed up for it, please do. Listen, it's free to sign up for it. Go with that. If you do any of the stuff using our affiliate, yeah, we get a small portion of it. But going through the stuff yesterday, it was pretty legit. I'm not gonna be disappointed at what I learned. I'm also not disappointed that in my section that I did that I closed out one of the parts. I was like, oh look, that's me, and to see the people that were in our side of it, I was like, man, there's some heavy hitters I'm here with, and I think I bring that. I'm not going to talk bad about any of the speakers by any means, but I think a lot of the speakers do have, larger businesses. So it's intimidating to a smaller business that gets started. There was somebody that said, well, we're just a small shop that's running 2 autos. What? They considered that a small shop? Like, it was very, or not, maybe not 2 autos, 1 auto. And it was like, hey, that's what some people's goal is, to be able to have enough business to support that. So, there's different levels for everybody, whether you're just starting off in it, whether you've been in it for a couple of years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whether you're doing, $10,000, a year in revenue, or you're doing, $10,000 a month in revenue, or $10,000 a day in revenue. There's always something to learn. So make sure that you are signing up for that free training. Jose, good morning to you. And I did see that. Thank you. I have not got any of the reflective. It was one of the things that we talked about at the when we were at the trade show with our DTF vendor, about bringing in some different stuff, some specialty materials, some foils, to try some different stuff and see how it is. I said, hey, just bring it in, and then we'll just do a day of content. I'll just come down to the shop. We'll go through everything. We'll see. We'll test. We'll go from there and see what we can do with it, because I'm pretty excited about some of the other stuff that we can do. The glitter, I think, to me, is the really big thing. The reflective, I've seen mixed results on. So same thing kind of with the glitter, depending on the glitter, is if it's good or not. FU, Facebook user, good morning to you. Now, Facebook and StreamYard don't always play nice together, so the way to combat that is just head over to right here, Fat Dad Live. Get into our YouTube side of things, and while you're there, make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and if you feel inclined to become a contributor and sign up for it, I think it's only like $5 to become a member of it, so go for it. Get in there. Let's see. Darren, wanting to set it up like yours, a place that I can offer different services, free quotes, and links to spirit stores. Just need a home base to send clients and not social media accounts. So, Darren, you could totally do that with Equid. Just set it up on the free side of it, get a quote, that'll come into you, and then you can either build all your storefronts on there, or you can just have links to categories. Here, they click on this for this school. Okay, here's all the information about it. For more things, click here to go that. So that is, Equid could be a good solution on that if you want to do where it's more of that type of landing page where, yep, here's the things, go click on it from there. Renee's 5 things is finished shirts, haircut, engraved tumbler and cups, engraved and cup patches, and find the counter in my studio office. Yes. My desk is destroyed right now. And why is that? It's because we're going through orders for softball and baseball to make sure everything's there. On this side is my list of stuff of people's orders that I need to check and make soon. And then up here is samples of stuff that I got that I'm trying to go through and see what it is. And if you Facebook user, a high of 40 today, so not so crazy busy. Not so crazy after busy 3 weeks. Getting ready for soccer tournament, 78 teams, very nice. Got pretty caught up yesterday with orders submitted. Sweet, a few sublimation products to press this morning, love it. Review yard sale orders, so let me know sale. Print signage for soccer tournament, framing, very nice. I'm sure someone will walk in with projects to real my plans. That's how it goes. It always goes that way. And Barb said, yes, do my own digitizing for the most part. So if I'm too busy, I send it out to a digitizer. Love that. Trying the glow in the I tried the glow in the dark and the glitter, and they're great. So glitter, like I said, there's different variations of it. Glow in the dark, I'm not super fond of, and the reason being is the darker your image is, the less glowy effect that you're gonna get. You take this logo, for example, and you do it in black and white, right? You're gonna get black is not gonna glow at all, and the white will glow. And if you do gradients, you'll be able to see where that is. So that's the thing. It's a very niche thing. Even regular glow-in-the-dark stuff I mean, really, the only time we see it that people are actually selling it and pushing it and buying it is around Halloween. The rest of the time, they're really not so much because you still got to charge, you still got to do that stuff. There might be some fun runs that they'll do with glow in the dark stuff, but unless it's your specialty, it's not the greatest thing from there. Maybe do a Tuesday with Todd on how to set up quote requests on Ecwid. I'd like to see that too. Yeah, you can just set up a category, get a quote, put all the information in there. But yeah, we can do that. Lasering some coins while we listen this morning. I love that. Queen coins. Yeah, what are queen coins? Tell us what queen coins are. So things that are going on this week. So we're still waiting on a solution for DTF. We're waiting on parts for that, but our print supplier is taking care of us, so that's there. Internet is back up and running. Dirk is back up and going. White Toner is doing fantastic. So all of those things are starting to turn around for us. It's been a wild last 8 weeks, 7 8 weeks, and things you cannot. I don't care. Your best laid plans can get derailed in an instant by things that are beyond your control. Whether it's supplier issues, whether it's printer issues, whether it's staffing issues, whether it's internet issues. There can be so many issues that get in your way that sometimes it's just like, is it all worth it? And that's okay to feel that way, right? It's okay to say, you know what, is this really it for me? Because you're going to run into that. I don't think any small business owner that has said that that's never happened to them, I don't believe is a real small business owner, because I think that happens to everyone, right? At one point or another. Well, hey there, fella. I'm assuming maybe this might be Patrick. I don't know. Tell me who this is, because I said Stringer doesn't show me who it is. But it's tough to kind of get out of that funk sometimes. When we were able to go to DAX, we did have a great time. We did get to see a lot of people, and here is good old Sarah. We did stop at her. Sarah did meet up with us, and we had a great time with her. We did some lunch on Friday, which was kind of disappointing. There's this little deli, and we've been talking about it. It's kind of our go-to place for lunch on Friday, is because it's right at the end of the convention center. We're going to roll up there. We're going to have some lunch, and then we're going to go. Guess what? We get up there, and they had a pipe burst, and so they weren't open. Problem is, they had this pipe burst in January, so I'm not real sure what's going on. We're like, oh, there's the pizza place across the street. Guess what? They weren't open. So we ended up at B Dubs because, hey, it's a chain place, and they're gonna be open, which is a little disappointing because I wanted Portillo's. I was really looking forward to that, and so that put a damper on it. But the conversation was great, learning new things, talking to new people. It's always good to enjoy your friends and get to see that, because that was the first time that Sarah and I have met face to face. I mean, we've been internet friends for 5-6 years, and she's really not that far from us, but it was always, we're going to this show or that show. We never had the chance to cross paths, so it was very fun to be able to finally meet her or her family, have a good time with that. It was a great time at the show. Did talk to, because we didn't do a Tuesday with Todd last night. Why? Internet. Hey, it was garbage. It started to come back, and then I wasn't 100% sure, and I just said, you know what, we're just not going to do it. So we'll be back next week. But it was going to be all about the DAX show, what we learned, what we saw, things like that. There is a lot of good things coming out in the pipeline. I saw a lot of good new products from Caesar, which it sounds like we're going to get some samples of those. So I can't wait to see that. Oh, yeah, here. How about we do this? What if I just put? Is that going to work? What if I just put that right there? Is that better? Is that better for you, Alan? Is that blinking light? Is that better for you? Yeah, see, it was great to meet everybody, because you finally get to meet Corey and Renee and Toy and Robbie. It was so much fun. And then you just, had to think, from what I've talked to see, classes. We didn't do any classes. Like I said, on Saturday was the plan to, but when they were kept, our local weather app was just going bananas on here's a storm that's coming, here's a storm that's coming. And the last thing if I can avoid driving in a storm, especially with this last couple storms we've had through here, guess what? I'm going to do it. And it really kind of fizzled out in our area. It split. So we said, let's get out of here early before it starts, because they said, it was going to start, it was going to hit home, about 4:00. Well, if the show ends at 3, that means that we would be driving through most of it. And they said, let's get out of here. So it was finally, I think, 1:00 we got out there. And it never really came about. So that was kind of a bogus little gun shy, whatever. But yeah, so we didn't attend any classes, but the people I did talk to that attended classes, they were really pumped about the things that they learned. The other thing that I learned was that a good majority of those people in classes, it was like first-time trade shows, first-time classes, first time going out there. So vendors that are not going to trade shows, then you guys are missing out, because there's a whole new batch of people that have no clue who you are, because one, they're not actively looking for you because they don't know about you. So not being at a trade show, you're missing out. So I think throughout the entire show, there wasn't very much sublimation even. I'm trying to go through aisle by aisle, and I don't think it was even represented very well. There might have been some inks and papers, but as far as blanks, not much. The other thing I'd like to say to any vendor is, if you're going to have a product in your booth, that you're going to be showing off, and whether it's a piece of equipment or it's a new material that you're doing, make sure that you stock it, and make sure that you stock it well. There's a company that had a product that we use, and they're local to us, and we don't use them for that said product because they never have it in stock at our local place. So what they have to do is order it in from the main warehouse on their next truck. Now, which is, if I need some on a Thursday, their truck always comes on Wednesday, so it means I have to wait a week. So I said, well, that's not going to work. They said, just bring some in, because they were a little bit less expensive than what I'm currently buying from for the same price. And I'd much rather just be able to go pick it up instead of order something and wait, 2-3 days. But if I order from them, I'm waiting a week for it. So I said, why do you do that to us? Don't show us stuff that you guys offer that we can't get, because that's very frustrating. I was like, here, look, I can go order it right here. I can have it from this warehouse. I'll have it in 2 days. Yeah, it's a little bit more, but yeah, just get it. So it was very, very upsetting for that. But there was a lot of good talk on the floor from the different people, the different ones that had went to different classes, different booths. Sarah, you guys set up and running on the Romeo. Do you have that going now? The Romeo is a pretty cool thing to see in person, to see what it can do. It's kind of that in between, if you'd go Cameo to Graphtec. So it's called a hybrid for a printer. So it has the stepper motor, but it's a micro stepper, so it's not as loud as what a stepper motor, but it cut beautifully. I get to watch a few little things on it, and it did its job. Now, when you're talking, a 24-inch cutter, and I want to say it was only $700. That's not a bad deal at all. The software that you're getting with it, it looked pretty wild on it. And look at it, they have not set it up yet, but diving is in playtime with update ASP once it's up and running. Awesome. So it was great to see that. The other thing is that, as we go to our different vendors or different people that we talk to, we learn different things, about products that we currently use. So to get in there into the Magic Touch booth and just kind of look at some other offerings that they have, I seem to forget that, they do have, that we can use it for foil. And so that was what somebody had said. They're like, wait, so I don't have to weed any of the adhesive vinyl or things like that. I'm like, no, here's what we do. And they said, I almost completely forgot about it, because it's been something, once again, that we don't push or use. So I think that's something that we're going to do a little bit more of here in the future, is to show how to use the white toner transfers and foil. We'll show you everything that we learned about it, and then how it's there. The other thing is, it's another offering that we can have for it, where we can sell you that transfer, and then you can do whatever color foil you want. You can just order in the foil and then move it that way. So it's pretty sweet. Good morning to you, Nancy B. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. Juan says, "I'll always remember Renee is the brownie lady." Yeah, she's got the crack brownies, and they were pretty phenomenal. They were pretty phenomenal. They always are when we get that. And look at that, Renee. Renee's got a laugh to it. And so it was good seeing Juan. Juan's not too far from me, which is awesome. He's just a little under an hour away. And Juan went to some classes, and he had some really good information to share about that. One of the things about a trade show is there is a little after hours thing, and we indulged quite a bit. We had a good time. There were some issues with some vendors, and just things that have happened. So I'm like, we talked about it. Here's what's going on. Here's how we do it. Two regular guys broadcast live from the bar. I made that suggestion to them and said, hey, why don't you guys just broadcast from the bar, and then you can have, there's vendors around, people around, just bring them on, have them chit chat. So I think that turned out to be a really good show, and overall. Oh, Clay's brownies. That's right. So I forgot about that. So Renee's crack bars, she makes those. They're amazing. Corey wouldn't share the crack bars. They're gone, by the way. They're gone. But while we were sitting there at the dinner, Clay from Corel Trainer missed out on the brownies. They were all out. So come to find out, we were able to get the staff of the hotel, and by we, I mean Renee was able to get the staff of the hotel to make additional brownies for Clay. So that was pretty cool. They were able to do that for him. And then, we had the brownies at night and returned what was left over to him the next day in the booth. So brownies are always a plus. It was a fun thing. I almost forgot about that. I did almost forget about the brownies. I don't forget about much, but I almost forgot about the brownies. So it was a great time. Good show. I'm not sure what the next one we're going to do is. Upcoming stuff. Crystal Ninja has something going on in June down in Daytona and Fort Lauderdale. So I think Corey might head down to that. And then the end of June is TumblerCon. So I think Corey's head to that. Then Tumbler Fest, I believe, is in July here locally. So we'll be there with that. I won't be doing Skills Atlanta this year because that's the same time as TumblerCon. So I got to make sure that they know that I won't be able to attend that. I could, but it was just going to be, everything's cutting it really close. End of July is going to be, what was the date on that? Let me look and see through my notes right here. Let's see. Let's pull this out of here. July 29th. July 29th is Shirt Labs New Orleans. So there's that for it. July 29th is Shirt Lab New Orleans. I don't know if we're going to be able to attend that one. I'm looking to flights, see if we can make that work. As you know, it is one day Saturday, but airfare, everything is ridiculous. So I think that I think alcohol may have had maybe it would have had a little bit, but it was a good time. It's always a good time from there. And let's see, and so many great connections to make going to a show like this so worth it. That's the thing. That's what I always say when it comes to shows, right? Is it's the connections. If you go to a show, looking for, new product, new things like that, or vendors, you could be disappointed. If you go looking to make connections, looking to learn, pick to it. I'm not driving there. Let's see how long of a drive that is for us. We're going to see real quick. We're going to go Moline to Nolans. And it is no, I want to bet it's 17 hours or so. Driving distance. No, I don't want to fly. Is flying maybe driving drive time. There it is. Let's see what we got here. 14 hours. My cutoff is 6. 14 hours. Because then I've got 14 hours back. So I've got 28 hours or something. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Ukulele lady with her embroidery stuff critters was my favorite idea. Yeah, so that's Katie. That is over at Trouble Me Not. And once she's from Iowa. She's from northern Iowa. So Katie over at Trouble Me Not. And those are the Cubbies. I don't think I have one close or not, but yeah, those are always a great idea for it. And I've seen different variations of them. Some people, they just sell them as is, or here you pick the design. They have a design already set up for it for baby announcements, and that's all they do. But there's so many different things that you can do it. Drive to St. Louis, and you could ride with my family. You need the Sprinter, man. You get the Sprinter, and then we might have to talk about this, because that could be a road trip show. We got to do some videography, video blogging. We got to do some of that. That could be an interesting thing. But we're gonna look and see. Man, 14-hour drive. I mean, I guess we could. It's a weekend. We're gonna really see how that is. Good morning from South Carolina. Good morning from the Quad Cities. Okay, but yeah, we've got a lot to do. I've got to get stuff going. Because sit my ass isn't going to get work done. It just isn't. I got to get up and get things rocking, push through this. Remember, Shirt Lab Summit day 2 starts here in like an hour, so make sure to sign up for that. The link is down in the description, so make sure to go over there for that. We'll be back here Friday morning with another edition of Morning Mindset, because hey, this is what we do. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Bring your 5 things, bring your list. Let us know all that fun stuff. Make sure to like and subscribe, and share anywhere you can. The more people you get, the more fun it is. That's how it works. You guys have an amazing day. Peace, love, press on. We will see you Friday morning.